anybody. Good morning. I feel like back in my school teacher days. Time to come together, everyone. There you go. Welcome to Unity of Palmyra, where we just embrace the joy and the love that just comes through us. And we are an open and affirming congregation, not only here, but in our community as well. And we just love you exactly as you are. So thank you for being here today. I'm Gwen Ward. I am a licensed Unity teacher filling in for Reverend Stephanie, who had a nice long, she's got a nice little week. We talked about that self-care last week at the end of Welcome to Earth. Did you like that series? Whoa, did you love that Welcome to Earth series? I feel like, though, being back in the sanctuary, even though we were here last week, it was still Welcome to Earth. I feel like I should say, and now back to our regular scheduled program. Right? That's here we are. Yeah. So anyway, with all of that joy and all that love, let us take that into a time of grounding and centering, if you will. And so if you are in a safe place, take this moment to center and ground as well. And if you can, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, breathing in the I am, and exhaling, God is. And taking that time to put the to-do list aside, all of the busyness, all of the things that draw our attention elsewhere. And just take this time to be present, to come apart for a while in this space that we are so, so grateful to have, so grateful to be together, and to welcome in our friends and family in the ethers. Thank you for joining us as well. And as we breathe in and out, we give thanks for just that ability of its own, for that is what makes us human and grounds us. And we say, thank you, God, for this time and this place, and most especially for one another. And so it is. Amen. Join me now as we stand and sing Song of the Soul.
Open mine eyes that I may see glimpses of truth thou hast for me. Open my eyes, illumine me, Spirit divine. Love of my life, I am crying, I am not dying. I am dancing along in the madness. There is no sadness, only the song of the soul. And we'll sing this song. Why don't you sing along? And we can sing for a long, long time. Why don't you sing this song? Why don't we sing along? And we can sing for a long, long time. What do you do for a living? Are you forgiving, giving shelter? Follow your heart, love will find you, the truth will unbind you. Sing out a song of the soul, and we'll sing this song. Why don't you sing along? Then we can sing for a long, long time. Why don't you sing this song? Why don't we sing along? Then we can sing for a long, long time. Come to your life like a warrior. Nothing will bore you. You can be happy. Let in the light, it will heal you. And you can feel you. Sing out a song of the soul, and you sing this song. Why don't you sing along? Then we can sing for a long, long time. Why don't you sing this song? Why don't we sing along? Then we can sing for a long, long time. One more time. Why don't you sing this song? Why don't you sing along? Then we can sing for a long, long time. Why don't you sing this song? Why don't we sing along? Then we can sing for a long, long time.
And we love to sing and sing. If you would please join me in our vision and mission. Centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. And our mission, wherever we are, we provide a welcoming community that inspires and encourages all who gather here through the teaching, sharing, and practice of universal spiritual principles. And one of the ways we practice those spiritual principles is to basically enlighten to each person how they would like to be greeted during this time. And so if you would like a hug, bring it in. A handshake, put that hand out. If you would like to be left completely alone, put that bubble around you and we will smile. Please enjoy yourselves. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
That note out nice and long so they can all get back to their seats, don't we? Yes. There we go. All right. Hey, the announcements are now up on the screen in case you need to jot down those dates and to help me remember. So we have a couple announcements. First of all, thank you to the prayer chaplains. Charles Lee and Linda Longenecker are holding space for us, and they will also be over here on the side if you would like one-on-one prayer after the service. Please join them. Advent, it's coming up, and that's one of the reasons why I think Reverend Stephanie's taken some time off so she can gear up for that. And because we're Unity and because we can, we've moved Advent up a week. So we're going to start a little early this year. And if you would like to give to the decorations, please go online. That link has been in the weekly email. It's just like any other, like a wedding or a baby shower. You can go on and click it, pay for it in the cart, and it just disappears in the ethers and shows up at Reverend Stephanie's house. And you know she's loving this Christmas stuff coming already, right? So please, if you would like to give to that, we would be thankful. And also there is a sign-up sheet downstairs for the food because we are doing all different types of diversity themes, and so we would like to have people help with that. They say the recipes and everything are available to you, so you don't even have to put any thought and research into that. We are doing Creating the Life of Enough. That's a beautiful book by Wayne Muller. I've been looking forward to Reverend Stephanie running this one again, and I'll be in that for sure. And that's coming up, and they've decided, I think that's going to be Thursday evenings as well. The Social Activism Lunch is coming up on November the 5th, and Jeff is going to be doing a presentation then. The Soul Collage on 11/12. And the sound immersion, you don't need to sign up for that. If you really like what you hear today with the sounds and such, that's a whole hour of the sound immersion here, and it's a love offering. So bring your mats and pillows, blankets, whatever, and just enjoy yourself. Yasmin, she usually lays on the floor. And so enjoy yourself and come for that evening as well. And then we are about ready to get into the Love Fest. It's on time for us to have our Thanksgiving meal, and so sign-ups are downstairs also for the November the 19th. So remember to join us downstairs for fellowship. I think that's it, and hearing and seeing no others. Okay. Misty, would you please read the daily word?
Mic is on. I don't think it is.
I see the light, but
Light is on.
nothing's happening.
Nobody's home. Test. Nothing? Okay. Test. All right. Today's daily word is imagination. We affirm, I imagine and create my most magnificent life. I admire the storyteller's gift for creating fantastic worlds where impossible things happen. I immerse myself in the story, allowing myself to feel the wonder, the exhilaration, and even the sadness the storyteller's imagination has created. No matter how scary the story, there is nothing to fear. It is only a story. My imagination helps me create my life story. Guided by divine wisdom and will, I imagine a positive, meaningful life. If disturbing thoughts cloud my imagination, I remember I am God's living expression. There is nothing to fear. My spiritual gifts of faith, love, strength, and understanding join with my imagination to build the fulfilling life my heart desires. And from Joel chapter 2, verse 28. I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions.
Staying in that sweet space, in that honoring of prayer, we here come together now to honor the concerns and the joys of this community. So, if it's comfortable and safe for you to do so at this time, I ask that you close your eyes and take a few deep breaths and center back to where we were a few moments ago. And drop into that heart space, right there in the middle of the diaphragm. And envision this place of love sending out those golden threads to everyone, everywhere. Sending out love. And in the next breath, see those threads returning to you threefold. For as we send out love, we get it in return. And be in that space of love. In that space where we wrap those who have been through some hard times, both financially, spiritually, and those who have been with their loved ones during transition, we wrap them all lightly in that love. lightly because we need to allow them the time to grow and expand in their own time in love. We cannot suffocate them and put upon them our ways of dealing with their pain. So we hold them lightly, sending them love. And in this time in space where we are working on our concerns, place anything in this container that we have provided that you want to put your concerns, your worries. Place them there and release them. For we know that once we have done that, our worries, our concerns are divided amongst us all, so that we can help you to carry all that no longer serves you. And in the same token, we also provide a space of warmth and love for the joys. For this is just the other side of the sadness and concern. There is always light and love and joy. And so we relish in that time as well. Bring up all those joys, the beauty of these last wonderful summer-like days. And as we watch those beautiful trees turning, the beautiful moon, the beautiful stars, all these things are joys. For those of us that have watched our children grow into adults and have set them off on their way in an independent place, we give thanks that they too are growing in joy. Place all of those things, because we know that when we celebrate each other's joys, all is doubled as well. We have these abilities to celebrate joy and to wrap tenderly and lovingly those who are in need, because we are in love. When we are in this beautiful heart space, there can be nothing else but love. And we say, thank you, God, for that. Namaste.
The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. You are beautiful. You are whole. You are beautiful. You are whole. Take me to a place sheltered from the noise and distraction. Lord, be my escape. Open up my heart to whispers of your life and love. I will listen, ever listen, for your still small voice. Lord, I'm longing to know you more, so I will listen for your still small voice. I will listen, ever listen, for your still small voice. Lord, I'm longing to know you more, so I will listen for your still small voice.
I can't ask for any better lead-in than that. Beautiful. Thank you. So many of you know that this summer I started holding Sounds of the Sanctuary here as I graduated with yet another degree as a sound therapist. And I provided sound immersions here during the Source of Light. We also did it. Two of my sound therapy friends came, and the trio. And it was something I did not expect. I'd been through the classes, I'd done the work, and I had experienced sound myself many times, but I did not know what this experience of this large group in this beautiful sanctuary with these vibrations would bring. And each and every one of those 5 sessions brought something different to me and to the people who attended. And after each one, almost as though divine guidance was upon me, someone different would come up and explain to me what had happened to them, what they saw, or what they felt. And as I started to work on that, it came to me that what each of these people were telling me was how they experienced the voice of God. And that's where this came from. I decided to explore it a little bit more. What is the voice of God? So I checked Google, right? I mean, where else do you go if you need to fact check something, right? Google says the voice of God appears 35 times in the Bible. I don't think that's correct. I think it all depends on how you, of course, frame the question. But that was how, we started this whole process. Then I started looking at some of the more popular scriptures that bring in the voice of God. And the first one I was drawn to was, of course, the stories in Matthew and Luke where Jesus is being baptized. And it says there that, "Behold, a voice out of the heavens said, 'You are my beloved Son, in you I am well pleased.'" But that's, of course, in the Christian text. In the Hebrew text, we begin right in Genesis, where in 3:8 you read, "They heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day." God's in nature. Who knew? Right? There it is. It's right there. So next, my curious mind sent me to, okay, can we describe the voice of God? And so from a sound perspective, that's an easy one. It's vibrations. We're all vibrations, right? I started to think everything in this planet is a vibration, and it was like, no, everything in the universe is a vibration. We can even measure vibration with an accelerometer, if you want to get technical. That's why I love this slide. Jackie, she's so in sync with us, right? That's what measures the vibration, but we don't need that. Everything has a recordable vibration. Why, even this beautiful kindness rock, everything has a vibration. Some vibrations are higher than others. You can even see vibrations in the ripples of water. You can see them. So that leads me to what I found, as always, as a child especially, one of the most powerful uses of sound in the Bible. And this is when we use the voice to bring down the walls of Jericho. Do you remember that story from the book of Joshua? Thank you, Charles, for sitting in my line of vision. I can always count on you with me. In that story, if you remember, Jericho was the first city that the Israelites took after they entered the Promised Land. It was a well-guarded city. Most likely it was a military compound of such. And it had very high walls. And to get into the city, which then God gave Joshua very specific directions. He said you got to get 7 priests carrying 7 trumpets of ram's horn, and you got to do that with the Ark of the Covenant. We love the 7s. We know they're in the Bible a lot. So more on the horns in a moment. So they were to go around the city once a day for 6 days. And Joshua commanded his people, it says in Joshua 6:10, "You shall not shout or let your voice be heard, nor shall you utter a word until the day I tell you to shout. Then you shall shout." On the 7th day, they rose early, it says, and they began to march around the city. You got it. 7 times. And on the 7th time around, when the priest had blown the trumpets, Joshua said to the people, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." And so the people shouted, and the walls fell down flat. The voice of God had vibrated those walls. Many people have seen the depiction of the opera singer who sings at such a high vibration that she can break the crystal glass. So why not a lower vibration that can tumble the walls? Again, back to the curious mind, I'm always saying how, what, why. So did this happen? Could it have happened? That's always where I go in my metaphysical training. Could this have happened? Kind of a prove it thing. So first I looked at the horns. They were trumpets of ram's horn. They're called shofar. And they're capable of various tones, but they can't play a tune. They're similar to what they have now found in the Tibetan horns called a dungchen. When these horns are played, the description I found, they make a long, deep, whirling, haunting wail that takes you out somewhere beyond the Himalayas and at the same time back into your mother's womb. So when these Tibetan horns were rediscovered in 1938, it was found that they could vibrate stone and they could actually make rocks levitate. I read an article a few years ago that these horns are now what they believe help to vibrate the stones to build the pyramids. And I finally said, oh, good. I never bought the little green men in the spaceships and that. So this one, I can kind of wrap my head around that they were using sound vibrations to lift those stones. So, I also had to look up the trumpets in my metaphysical Bible, written by Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore. And it says there that the trumpets are the waves of harmonious energy that go to every part of our human mind and body when we rejoice in spirit and our heart is filled with gratitude and we express ourselves in thanksgiving to the author of our being. The trumpet is waves of harmonious energy. Yes. And that leads me to another of my favorites in Psalms 100. Most of us like this one. Make the joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness and come into his presence with singing. And another of my useful tools by Charles Fillmore is called the Revealing Word. And in that metaphysical text, he uses it and says that singing restores the harmony to the nerves because its vibration stirs them into action, and thus making it possible for the ever-waiting healing spirit to get in. He goes on to say that the organ of human voice is located between the thyroid glands and the accelerator of certain important bodily functions. To a greater or lesser degree, every word one speaks vibrates the cells up and down our body from the brain to the abdomen. Charles Fillmore. I believe that he is speaking about the large vagus nerve. And if you've been in some of my sound sessions, we've talked about that vagus nerve because it not only goes from the vocal cords through the digestive tract. This is why I've told people if you have digestive issues, hum before meals or sing your prayers. So there we have it. Charles Fillmore speaks about how vibration stirs us into action. So now let's change direction again and look at that still small voice. This is more likely what people think of when we discuss the voice of God. So what is the still small voice? And then, as if divine guidance were answering that question for me, guess what came into the Daily Word on Thursday? Guidance. And if you weren't reading your Daily Word this week, let me read this one to you. This answers the question of the still small voice. In the quiet of the silence, I relax and listen for my still small voice. This voice is my intuition, my nudge from the mind of God, pointing me in the direction of my highest good. I may receive information and advice from my friends and family, or I may do some research on my own. But I place the most value and trust in the insight I receive when I listen to my intuition the most. More than that, relying upon my guidance heightens my awareness of God's presence and deepens my trust in God's goodness. I listen to my still small voice and feel confident following its guidance. The more I follow it, the more I feel I am co-creating with the divine to live my fullest, richest life. And many of you, Romans 12:2 is your favorite. Do not be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your minds, so that you may discern what is the will of God. Small voice. Back to the revealing word. Look up the still small voice. Up comes intuition. And along with that, of course, is wisdom. And it says that wisdom is intuitive knowing, spiritual intuition, the voice of God within as the source of our understanding, mental action based on Christ truth within. Another author that many of us study as we get into New Thought is Emily Cady. And in her book, Lessons in Truth, she says that in 1 Kings, we read about the still small voice. And this is how she describes it. Intuition is the still small voice of God, or the Holy Spirit speaking to our soul, which in Unity we know is our thinking and feeling nature, and that it's giving us guidance. It is direct knowing, moving into our consciousness as ideas, without intellectual reasoning. She goes on to say, the knowing to which we have referred as intuition does not come through the usual channels through which we ordinarily obtain knowledge in the outer, such as schooling, observation, and experience. However, the still small voice of intuition may use any of these mediums, but most have had the experience of listening to a teacher or minister, or of reading a book, singing a song, and speaking the words of truth, and actually hearing God speak. Hearing God speak to us through the audible or written word. She concludes with, on the other hand, because intuition is the voice of God within us, we make contact with it and we turn to God in prayer. And that is how we connect all of this, the vibrations, to the still small voice of God. And so now, I'm going to invite you to take in the vibrations. It's going to be about a 15, maybe 20 minutes, depending, of time that I'm going to sound for you. So I invite you to become very comfortable. And anytime we do a sounding, I invite people to bring up close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and enjoy. And now, as the last of these vibrations enter your body and enliven your soul, I ask as you come back into this time and this place, begin to wiggle a little bit and allow yourself to feel your body in this place. I'm going to ask you to sound with me at the end here, the sound of the Om, or you can use Ah. So I want you to take a big inhale with me, and on the exhale, sing with me. Ready? Beautiful. Thank you for allowing me this time to hopefully help you to see and feel and hear the voice of God. Okay. Woo. Vibrations are energy. Energy is money. Come on, you like the segue. Come on. Yeah, it is time to say thank you for the energy of money that flows into this community and helps us to go outward in our community as well. So we are so ever grateful for the vibrations and the love and the energy that you bring to this community through your donations. There are many ways to do that, and if you are here in the sanctuary and you brought this paper, we have a basket in the back, and there are electronic ways to also give, and they are on the screen. I thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you.
Some kids have and some kids don't. Some of us are wondering why. And I can't watch the news at night. There's too much stuff that's making me cry. We need some help down here on earth. 1,000 prayers, a million words. One voice was heard. A house, a yard, a neighborhood where you can ride your new bike to school. A kind of world where moms and dads still believe the golden rule. Life's not that simple down here on earth. 1,000 prayers, a million words. One voice was heard. One voice, one simple word. Hearts know what to say. One dream can change the world. Keep believing till you find your way. Yesterday, while walking home, I saw some kid on Newberry Road. He pulled a pistol from his bag. and tossed it in the river below. Thanks for the help down here on earth. 1,000 prayers, a million words. One voice was heard. One voice was heard. One voice was heard.
Wow. And Janie says to me this week, you always pick the hardest topics to find songs for. Look at us, right? We had a team. What a team. Please stand.
She comes up with these songs
I
like
did.
in 5 minutes.
Well, I had some ideas, yes. If you would stand and join me and all of us in this beautiful unity blessing, and remember all of our people on Facebook and YouTube. So, together. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in each and every one of you. Indeed, we do. All right. And there I go.
We are one in the Spirit, we are one in our hearts. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in our hearts. We celebrate the harmony, our unity in parts, and they'll know who we are by our love, by our love. They will know who we are by our love. We will work with each other, we will work hand by side. We will work with each other, we will work side by side. And we'll guard each one's dignity and honor each one's pride. And they'll know who we are by our love, by our love. They will know who we are by our love. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. And together we'll spread the word that God is in our land. And they'll know who we are by our love, by our love. They will know who we are by our love.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And wherever God is, all is well. Go forth and enjoy the vibrations of your world. May the still small voice come upon you sometime this week, if not before. And join us downstairs for fellowship. Have a beautiful week. Bye-bye.